From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. We're still tracking a couple of fires burning in southeastern Benton County, but when I say tracking the fires, I'm using that term pretty loosely, as both of these fires are now at 100% contained, so we're not going to have to track them anymore. The Les Blair Road fire stopped at 510 acres, 100% contained. And then for the other fire out this way, a little bit further towards the north, the Ayers fire, that one was stopped, I believe, at 450 acres, and that one, yeah, also 100% contained. We don't have to talk about those anymore. Now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. Some clouds up in the sky for this morning. Pretty light winds for the most part, but we are seeing some breezy conditions up in the Kittitas Valley. Those are going to ramp up later today and especially this evening from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the Cascades and Blues. Your day planner for today for lower elevations, lots of sunshine all throughout the day, 60s and 70s as soon as 11, 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. The bottom line for the forecast, strong Kittitas Valley gusts for tonight and another round for Friday. The forecast is going to stay bone dry. We could be in the triple digits for the first time this year in the basin on Sunday, so lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman Pam.
Mr. Manager, we do have a motion on the floor.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, you heard it right there. Tensions exploding in Sunnyside as the city manager is placed on leave, and accusations flying as well. We have what led to the heated vote and also what's next for city leadership. Plus, an investigation on the Columbia as a body pulled from the river still has questions remaining. What we know so far about the man and what investigators are hoping you'll come forward with. And Chinook fishing season on the Snake River starts today, but you've only got a couple of days to make your catch. We have the rules you need to know before casting off, all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, June 3rd. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so we're starting off with new information. In Sunnyside, a shocking turn of events happened last night as the Sunnyside City Council voted to place City Manager Mike Gonzalez on 30 days paid administrative leave, effective immediately.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman Pam.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. We do have a motion on the floor.
Now, the vote was not unanimous as at least 2 council members voted in opposition of the decision. Gonzalez called the move a, quote, witch hunt, blaming Councilwoman Teresa Hancock, with whom he's had a public feud. Tensions ran high at the packed council meeting with heated public comments and accusations of racism. Mayor Dean Broersma even threatened to clear the room if order was not restored. Sources say a confidential staff meeting was leaked to Hancock, and Gonzalez recently fired Deputy City Clerk Emily Goodell after Hancock filed a complaint. The reason for Goodell's dismissal remains unclear. An interim city manager will be named Wednesday. For more details and previous coverage on this, tune into our website and also into Apple Valley News Now tonight at 6 p.m. Now to a follow-up on the discovery of a body found along the Columbia River in Benton County back on May 24th. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says the body was found in the river near Mound Pond across from Port Kelly. Investigators tell us the body was of a man wearing work attire with thermals and boots. He also had a black motocross t-shirt on and blue jeans. There were tattoos on both arms, legs, chest, and back, and they also said the man did not have any ID on him. An autopsy done on May 29th showed his death at the time to be undetermined, but there are some additional test results that are still pending. If you know anything about this, you are to call BCSO. In Pasco this morning, one person at least was taken to the hospital after a crash on Interstate 182 involving a semi-truck. The crash happened at the Road 68 exit just after 12:30 yesterday. At least one car and one semi were involved, and the crash closed 2 lanes of traffic and caused significant travel delays for a few hours in the afternoon. The condition of the drivers and how many cars were involved is still being investigated, and we are working to get you more information, so stay with us both on air and online at applevalley.newsnow.com. Now it is fire season, and yesterday we told you about 2 large fires that had broken out in the Findlay area, and we have updates on those this morning. The Les Blair fire is now 100% contained. It spread to about 510 acres and started on Saturday. Officials say at least 2 power poles were damaged, but there were no power outages. Also, a number of vineyards in the area were charred and had smoke damage. As for the other wildfire, the Ayers Road fire, this morning the fire is also 100% contained, and this one also started on Saturday just after 7:30 p.m. It burned about 300 acres in the area of Meals, Ayers, and Hover Road. No structures were burned or damaged, but at least 1 power pole caught on fire, and Bend PUD responded to that. Firefighters say an off-road vehicle from Franklin County Fire District 3 had overturned in the steep terrain, but luckily that firefighter was wearing a seatbelt and was not injured. Now, as for what helped fuel both fires,
none of them appeared to be suspicious. In addition to the wind, there were a lot of different incidents that were happening in Benton County as well as Franklin County, and resources were spread pretty thin. And so it's just a reminder of how much we all rely on the resources that we have.
Multiple agencies helped aid in both fires, and as for the official cause, that is still under investigation. Now, continuing in our fire coverage, the Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a structure fire yesterday afternoon. This was on Helena Avenue near Parkland Avenue. But at this time, injuries are unknown, and we'll let you know as soon as more information comes in, and we'll continue to keep you updated on any fires during this wildfire season. Looking ahead today, if you're a salmon angler, listen up to this. Spring Chinook fishing on the Snake River kicks off today, but it's only open for a few days, so you'll want to plan ahead. Starting today, the stretch below Little Goose Dam will be open through Friday. Over at Ice Harbor, anglers can fish Wednesday and Thursday, and fishermen can keep up to 4 hatchery Chinook, but only 1 can be an adult. Anything wild must go right back into the water. Barbless hooks are required, and once you've caught your 1 adult Chinook, you are done fishing for the day.
Typically, when we open fisheries, especially near the Tri-Cities, we get high attendance. The anglers in the Tri-Cities are very good at catching salmon. Some of the best sport fleet efficiencies we see are from Tri-Cities anglers.
WDFW will be keeping an eye on catch numbers and says the fishery could be closed early if needed. And they're also reminding folks that following the rules is not just about limits. It's about protecting wild salmon and keeping hatchery programs healthy for the future. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, after a months-long investigation, federal agents have arrested 14 people believed to be involved in a major drug trafficking ring in Seattle. We'll take you step by step through the 6-month sting operation that led to the major win for the city and the state. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert weather forecast. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which will be right back.
Boom! Looks like T-Pain is too much for y'all.
Did I hear munch?
Sounds like someone's craving his new Munchie Meal.
Wait, do you just appear whenever somebody says munch?
Why, is that weird? Get T-Pain's new Tater Melt Munchie Meal.
Munch!
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Looking for a trusted professional to guide you through your real estate endeavors? Carrie Lundgren with River Realty is ready to guide you through the process. As a lifelong Tri-Cities resident with 35 years real estate experience, she has the knowledge, dedication, and enthusiasm to make your real estate dreams come true. Whether you are buying your first home, moving up or scaling back, or looking for an investment, she has got you covered. Call Carrie today at 509-948-0580 and start making your dreams a reality.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Summer's heating up. That means it's time to dive in. Pasco's Memorial Aquatic Park opens Saturday, June 14th. Get signed up for swim lessons, grab your season passes, and don't miss your chance to join the Pasco swim team. Looking to cool off? Open swim runs daily from 1 to 5:45 p.m. So grab the family and come make a splash. It's all happening at the Pasco Memorial Aquatic Park. Your summer fun starts here.
In a world filled with accidents, the injured look to Mo, because Mo knows these guys are bulldog tough on personal injury and workers' compensation claims. Mo knows you can go to the other guys, but why would you? From back in autumn, Bulldog Tough.
I've decided you need more flavor in your life. Introducing my new barbecue potato chip flavored and chili crisp flavored seasoned curly fries for just $3.50. I've also decided you need more fries in your life, in case that wasn't obvious. Get so much more under $4. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County. We're seeing temperatures spanning from 40 to 54. 54 for Vantage, 40 up towards Snoqualmie Pass, 53 in Ellensburg. Then down in the Yakima Valley, these temperatures spanning from 51 to 54. 54 for Toppenish, 51 obviously in Yakima. Then for the Lower Columbia Basin, we're going from 48 really 47 in Connell to 59 up towards the Hanford site, 58 for the Tri-Cities. Then for the Blue Foothills, a mixture of 40s and 50s, mixture of 30s and 40s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, here's your CoCast for today for the Tri-Cities. Just light jacket stuff for this morning. By 10 a.m., it's going to be room temperatures 68 in the Tri-Cities, and then obviously a lot of t-shirt weather after that, as we're going to be warmer compared to yesterday, which means we'll be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for June 3rd. That means upper 70s in the Kittitas Valley and the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County, and then mid 80s in general for the Yakima Valley and the Lower Columbia Basin. Now, all throughout the week, high temperatures are going to be stepping up their game, and by the time we get to this weekend, we could be touching triple digits in the basin for the first time this year. So I'll have another word on the heat, and also talk about some wind gusts that we'll deal with for this evening, possibly another round for Friday. So all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking now at a major drug bust in Washington, federal agents have arrested 14 people in Seattle for alleged drug trafficking. Authorities seized 7 kilograms of cocaine, 20 pounds of meth, 80,000 fentanyl pills, and $350,000. They say a wiretap investigation helped lead to these arrests. Quinn Ramirez reports.
Court documents detailed a crackdown on a criminal organization that was allegedly flooding the Seattle area with fentanyl.
Over 1.5 million potentially lethal doses of fentanyl were seized, which is enough to kill everyone in Seattle twice.
For about 18 months, this criminal enterprise terrorized people working and living in our Chinatown International District here in South Seattle.
Seattle's police chief says the result was a tidal wave of destruction in the neighborhood.
Some members of the group were also heavily armed. In addition to the drugs and cash, we seized 18 firearms.
Federal agents say the drug ring was interrelated to another one, busted in January when 5 arrests were made. A wiretap investigation led to a wider case.
Specifically, we were able to gain knowledge about where they were targeting their drug trafficking organization, where the drugs were coming from.
Investigators say frequent trips were made between Seattle and Southern California.
We do know the drugs are being sourced in Mexico and is very likely involved with the Sinaloa cartel.
The narcotics ended up in a community that saw overdose deaths double between 2020 and 2023. Last year, there was a decline in cases. So far this year in King County, March had the most overdose deaths, with 115 reported.
Some of the most dangerous street drugs we know were given out in major quantities as if it were candy.
Investigators say dismantling the drug network is a major win.
This is definitely going to have an impact on the safety of our community.
Now, this major bust for Seattle authorities was 6 months in the making, as detectives had been investigating the trafficking ring since November of 2023. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth will have how your week's weather is looking. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast, which is right after the break in just a minute.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
It's the Jayco Summer Escape event at Broadmoor RV, June 6th through the 8th. Our biggest sale of the year is here, like the J-Flight SLX 170 BHW, just $15,990, or the spacious SLX 260 BHW for only $23,990. Family owned and family focused, we're here to help you go make memories in a brand new Jayco RV, only at Broadmoor RV, June 6th through the 8th. Don't miss it.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Bathfitter Showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
An eagle eye tour of spectacular Boundary Dam. Come along to the North Pend Oreille River as we fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, writer, director, actor, executive producer, Tyler Perry from his film Straw, and fashion model.
No.
Plus, Ginny and Georgia's Brianne Howie.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous day out there, plenty of sunshine. High temperature is going to be warmer compared to yesterday, so we'll be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. That means 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 60s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s up in the Blues. Winds are going to be widespread for the most part. Will be spared in the lower Columbia Basin and up in the Blue Mountains, but the strongest wind gusts per usual in the Kittitas Valley, peaking around 45 miles per hour through 5 p.m. But after 5 p.m., 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's when it gets a little bit more interesting in the valleys, as peak gusts could be up around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 35 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley, but in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, things will turn light. Otherwise, clear skies for tonight. Overnight low is going to be down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 40s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s up in the Blues. We'll have another round of some stronger wind gusts for Friday, this time peak gusts around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, but in general, none of these winds going to be as strong as what we saw this past weekend, which is, of course, what prompted the fire starts and the dust storm. Okay, temperatures. This is really going to be the big story for this week, as It's not going to be a significant warm-up from day to day, but just day by day, we just gradually warm it up. See, about a 4-degree warm-up between Thursday and Friday, about a 3-degree warm-up between Friday and Saturday. So we're just going to string together days like that to the point where we get up to around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities by Sunday. It could be the first time we touch 100 this year, and that would place us at about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how close of an eye we keep on this, there are just no rain chances in the forecast for the next 7 days. That is obviously not good news when it comes to our vegetation, as it is pretty dry out there. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, maybe hitting 100 for the first time of the year on Sunday like we just talked about. We'll have another good shot at that on Monday too. In Yakima, 80s through Thursday, 90s starting on Friday, and within a stone's throw of 100 for Sunday. In Ellensburg, around a strong gust this evening, another for Friday. Then we'll watch for similar possibilities on Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, highs trending warmer throughout the week with lots of sun, maybe hitting triple digits on Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, upper 70s today, and that might be the last time we see that for a while, as highs surge into the 90s this weekend.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're taking a look at what's trending this morning, including an up-and-coming artist that's not monkeying around when it comes to his art. You're definitely going to want to see this, so stick around. We'll have all the information after the break.
You don't need to drop a ton of cash to make your home look like $1 million. You just need to hit up the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Shop top brands like La-Z-Boy, Flex Deal, Workholder Amish, and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score doorbuster deals before they're gone, and with 60 months no interest, it's easy to refresh any or every room in your home. Amazing selection, quality designs, stylish looks. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
It's the Red, White, and Blue sale at Moore Furniture, and we're celebrating with store-wide sale pricing. Plus, get your choice, free white glove delivery, or we'll pay the sales tax. It's your opportunity for huge savings on our spring lineup, featuring fresh new designs, functions, and features in every department. You'll find relaxing living rooms, bedroom sanctuaries, cozy dining rooms, and the perfect accessories all in stock, on sale, and ready for delivery. Visit your local Moore Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play ball.
In the Korean War, Fred served his country with honor. Then he came home to serve his community, opening Fred's Appliance, a store built on trust, family, and service. 63 years later, we're still family-owned, still local, and still here for you. This Memorial Day, we honor those who served, like Fred, and invite you to check out what's on sale. Swing into Fred's today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Spectacular Boundary Dam. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're taking a look at what's trending today, and this is your friendly reminder to keep an eye out for pedestrians that are using the crosswalk.
And that doesn't just mean humans. Apparently, animals also use crosswalks.
Oh dear. So take a look at this video out of Carson City, Nevada. The deer very politely used a crosswalk to cross the street yesterday morning.
I wonder if he hit the button beforehand.
Now that one's running.
Yeah.
That's not very polite.
Not as polite.
Oh, there he goes. Now he's polite on the roadway.
Oh, okay, I see.
Not polite on the grass, polite on the roadway.
Sure, sure. Well, locals say the deer often roam the grounds near the state capitol and its grounds. They apparently know how to follow the law to get across the street safely.
Better than a lot of humans using the crosswalk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Seeing a lot of people not being courteous out there.
Yeah. So we can all learn something from deers.
Yes.
Well, also trending this morning in Italy, one of the world's most active volcanoes erupted yesterday.
And it was caught on camera. Take a look.
So Mount Etna on the island of Sicily is one of the world's most active volcanoes, and scientists say Monday's eruption shot gases, ash, and rock about 21,000 feet into the air.
Some tourists were caught by surprise and ran from the area to take cover. No word of any injuries.
And I was just in Italy, but I was not near this area, so just missed it, but I wouldn't have been nearby anyways. But people that were there they could hear from 30 miles away, they could hear the explosions, and flights around the area were also suspended.
The volcano eruption caught the tourists off guard, but the people who live in the area are used to it. There have already been more than 15 eruptions so far this year.
I had no idea about that, but now I do. Well, also trending, going back to some animals, a Florida zoo now offers the opportunity to paint up close with an orangutan.
Interesting. Well, the new guest experience is at Zoo Tampa at Lowry Park.
Okay.
For $100, your painting partner for an hour is a 25-year-old Borneo orangutan named Goyang.
Cool name.
It's considered enrichment for Goyang.
So anybody ages 5 and up can sign up, and you get to take your painting home. Would you do that? Orangutans aren't known to be aggressive, but I don't know.
I think maybe I would.
Yeah.
And the reason I would is kind of stupid. It's because the first season of Survivor was in Borneo.
Oh, so, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was in Borneo.
Okay.
So, I don't know. That's my reason
I think I'd
why.
want to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't want another Harambe situation.
No, just make sure
But no,
that
they're
whatever
docile from
enclosure
what I've
is
seen.
there, don't
Exactly.
fall into
There we
it.
go.
Don't insert yourself into that situation.
Don't be stupid is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we still have 3 young girls who are still missing after a planned visitation goes wrong. And we have more details and why Wenatchee police are increasingly concerned and who they say could be with them. Plus, road repairs, roundabouts, and pedestrian pathways as millions in federal funds are coming to the Tri-Cities. We'll tell you what projects are getting the green light, all coming up in your next half hour.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
First, at Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. We're delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Triple play! Triple play!
Wow! Rob even makes 2-pointers look cool!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Triple play!
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Welcome
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
I want to turn something that was meant for negative, I want to turn it into something positive.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, not doing too shabby on that 3-degree guarantee.
No,
It's at 9:25.
Yes.
Round of applause for that.
So if you're reading my body language right now, and I'm all shrunk up because I'm nervous because we're so close to 1,000.
Yeah, to 1,000.
So close to hitting 1,000. So it's a big week. It's either going to happen or not happen this week. So let's go ahead, take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday went with a forecast high of 80 in Pasco Tri-Cities and a verified at 79. So I lived another day. Jackpot went up to $925. For today, going with the forecast high of 84 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 81 to 87, the jackpot's going to hit $950. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code on your screen. And I typically don't say that, but I don't want anyone to win this jackpot or the next day or the next day. I want this thing to get up to 1,000. Okay, now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. The camera shaking a little bit. It will be a little bit breezy in the valleys for today, especially in the Kittitas Valley, not just for today, but really the peak of the strongest wind gusts going to be from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And elsewhere, we'll have to deal with some breezes, although I think we're going to get spared in the basin and for a lot of the Blue Mountains. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s, even some low 60s for lower elevations, 61 up towards the Hanford site, 30s and 40s up in the Cascades. Looks like we have 30s and 40s in the Blues as well. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Going to be around room temperature at 10 a.m., 68, 75 at lunchtime, and then up into the low to mid 80s at the peak of daytime heating. So we'll be warmer compared to yesterday. 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. That means upper 70s to mid 80s for lower elevations. And to underscore that, I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast, and I'll show you what our vegetation dryness is looking like for today. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour of news with continuing coverage, the Wenatchee Police Department is still on the hunt for 3 girls they believe are missing. The children were last seen around 5 p.m. on Friday, and they left home with their father in a 2017 GMC Sierra for a planned visitation. But now officials say that communication has not been made or returned with the father, Travis Decker. WPD describes him as a homeless man who has lived at motels, campgrounds, and also his car, adding that he has gone outside the parameters of the parenting plan and described it as not normal. If you know anything about this, call 911. And continuing our coverage of the growing pushback against Washington's new firearm law, House Bill 1163, which is set to take effect in 2027. Okanogan County Sheriff Paul Boudreaux is the latest to speak out against the bill, saying the law unfairly targets responsible gun owners while doing little to stop criminals. In a formal statement, Sheriff Boudreaux said Washington already has strong firearm laws, and the real issue is a justice system that fails to hold offenders accountable. Under the new law, anybody purchasing a firearm in Washington would need a permit, fingerprints, an enhanced background check, and live fire training. It also requires a certified safety course and proficiency firing at least 50 rounds at a range. Sheriff Boudreaux says these rules put rural residents at a disadvantage where access to training and certification may be limited or expensive. Boudreaux also saying on a social media post, quote, "I cannot support legislation that disproportionately affects law-abiding citizens while failing to address the root issues contributing to gun violence." And he's not alone in raising red flags. Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond has also expressed concerns, calling the law fundamentally unconstitutional and questioning how it would even be enforced. House Bill 1163 was passed earlier this year as part of Washington's ongoing push for gun safety. Supporters say the goal is to reduce gun violence and encourage responsible ownership. But with more sheriffs speaking out and legal challenges likely ahead, the debate over the bill is far from over. And we'll continue to follow developments on Good Morning Northwest, so stay tuned. Now turning our attention to the roadways, a big boost for transportation across the Tri-Cities and beyond as 15 local projects are getting a green light thanks to millions in new funding. The Ben Franklin Council of Governments has awarded more than $20.3 million in federal transportation grants, which will help launch or complete projects in pedestrian safety, road widening, roundabouts, and much more. As a federally recognized metropolitan planning organization, BFCOG distributes Surface Transportation Block Grants, or STBG funding, to projects that improve regional infrastructure. Now, of the applications submitted, just over half were selected this cycle, and that includes the repavement of R170 in Franklin County, the widening and upgrades to bike paths on Columbia Center Boulevard, and the widening of Keene Road in West Richland. Construction timelines vary by project, but all are aimed at improving safety and efficiency for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians across our region. Stay with us for updates as these projects get underway. Talking sports now, where a long overdue honor is finally coming for one of the greatest pitchers in Seattle Mariners history. The team announced yesterday that they'll retire Hall of Famer Randy Johnson's number 51 jersey in 2026. So Johnson played for 6 teams over a 20-year MLB career, but it was in Seattle where the big unit really made his mark. From 1989 to 1998, he racked up 5 All-Star appearances, 4 strikeout titles, and even a Cy Young Award. So why the wait on the jersey retirement? Well, it turns out it's all about respect. Johnson is pushing the ceremony to 2026 so his former teammate Ichiro Suzuki can have the spotlight this year. And Johnson says he's most proud of being a part of the team that saved baseball in Seattle.
In 1995, I think a lot of people would probably agree that's probably the most important year in Seattle Mariner history to this date. Keeping the team there, it was also my biggest year, winning the Cy Young and going 18-2, and the team being 27-3 in games that I pitched there.
Ichiro will have his own number 51 retired by the Mariners on August 9th, and the franchise legend was a 10-time All-Star, All-MVP, and one of the most electrifying players in baseball history. And in a full-circle moment, Ichiro asked Johnson for permission to wear number 51 when he came to Seattle, and now both will have their numbers immortalized, just not at the same time. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, spring is usually the time where we see a boom in new homeowners, but this year is looking a little different. Coming up, we'll take a look at what could be causing the drop. Plus, Josh Colbert will have another look at your weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Alan Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
This summer, Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is heating things up with incredible savings on every piano in our showroom. Take advantage of special bundles on our digital models. Enjoy savings on both new and used options. Get up to $10,000 off on select grand pianos. Enjoy 0% financing for 12 months. And every purchase includes free delivery in Tri-Cities. The hottest part, our 2-day summer sale event happens June 26th and 27th only. Turn up the heat and visit Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos today.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater, it's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Alan Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
An Eagle Eye tour of spectacular Boundary Dam. Come along to the North Pend Oreille River as we fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, writer, director, actor, executive producer, Tyler Perry from his film Straw, and fashion model.
No.
Plus, Jimmy and Georgia's Brianne Howie.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where it's going to be windy today in the Kittitas Valley. Peak gust out of the north and west around 45 miles per hour. But despite that, a beautiful day, sunny. We're going to be around 80 in Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, low to mid-80s, 83 for Yakima. Lots of sunshine. Peak gust out of the north and west around 25 miles per hour. But in the basin, it should be light winds. Highs also in the low to mid-80s and plenty of sunshine out there. In the Blue Foothills, we'll be in the upper 70s for places like Walla Walla, Milton, Freewater, and Pendleton. More like mid-70s in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. Peak gusts out of the north and west between 15 to 25 miles per hour. Lighter winds up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, and that's where temperatures are going to end up in the 50s and 60s. Okay, now let's talk about today's vegetation dryness forecast. And remember, 100% would indicate the microclimate's driest vegetation since 2000. We're going to be at 91% in the Cascades today in the lower Yakima Basin. That would be a critical level of vegetation dryness. That level is going to be elevated for the upper Yakima Basin in the Cascades, also elevated for the length of the Blues, and a medium level of vegetation dryness for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. But these numbers probably going to go up into this weekend as temperatures certainly going to go up. Could touch triple digits for the first time this year. I'll tell you who could have the best opportunity to see that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In consumer news, more homes typically sell in the spring, and that's because buyers and sellers with families want to move before the new school year in the fall. But the spring market saw lagging sales. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan looks at what's causing sales to slow down.
Owning a home is part of the American dream, but it's a dream that's becoming unreachable for many.
It's been a tough environment.
Lawrence Yoon with the National Association of Realtors says higher sticker prices and high mortgage rates are turning away potential buyers.
That is the big barrier to overcome. And right now, at the moment, the Federal Reserve is on pause, reluctant to cut interest rate, so that is hindering the current activity.
The median existing home sale price in April rose to $414,000. Prices have now gone up for 22 straight months. And as of last week, interest rates for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage were 6.89%, according to Freddie Mac, which is likely why pending home sale prices fell 6.3% in April in all 4 regions of the U.S. Experts warn prices are unlikely to come down anytime soon.
We are finding that home prices continue to hit new record highs.
But there is good news. Yoon says more homes are coming on the market, and that means buyers have more choices.
Good news for potential home buyers. Now they can ask for a little better price, maybe a little more negotiating room.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Now here in the Tri-Cities area, the housing market shows a median sale price of almost $500,000. In 2024, Tri-Cities saw a record $61 million in home sales. Coming up next, the morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. But first, Josh will give us his full First Alert weather forecast. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
This Father's Day, treat Dad to the gift of relaxation from More Furniture with one of our best-selling power recliners. Get this dual power recliner with adjustable foot and headrests in gray fabric for only $2.99. Or double up, get 2 recliners for only $4.99 with free shipping. Step up to the look and feel of leather with this power recliner, available in brown or gray leather, 1 for $3.99 or 2 for $6.99 with free shipping. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey.
The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Spine Center. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Spectacular Boundary Dam. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another gorgeous day out there. Plenty of sunshine. High temperatures warmer compared to yesterday. Will be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for lower elevations. 60s up in the Cascades. 50s and 60s up in the Blues. We will have some fairly widespread gusts for today although it looks like the lower Columbia Basin of the Blue Mountains is going to get spared. But peak gust up around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. That would be through 5 p.m. After 5 p.m. is when it gets a little bit more interesting, though. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., peak gusts could be around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, around 35 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley. Now, it looks like for the Blue Foothills, the wind's probably going to calm down. These winds, nothing in comparison to what we just saw this past Saturday. Okay, for tonight, otherwise, going to be clear skies. Overnight lows down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 40s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s up in the Blues. We have another round of winds that's slated for Friday. Peak gusts this time up around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So, yeah, definitely windy out there. But, again, not nearly as windy as what we saw this past weekend. High temperature is going to slowly but surely step up their game throughout the next 7 days to the point where we could touch 100 in the Tri-Cities for the first time in 2025. We'll have another pretty decent chance at that on Monday, but you see just sort of an incremental warm-up all throughout the week. And if this verifies, we would end up being about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So, yeah, a pretty big dose of summer at that point. And unfortunately, no rain chances in the forecast over the next 7 days to dry us or to cool us off. And a little bit of a Freudian slip there, because the fact that we'll be so dry is going to make our vegetation pretty dry. Not great news for fire season. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, maybe hitting 100 for the first time of the year on Sunday. And again, we'll have another decent chance at it on Monday as well. In Yakima, 80s through Thursday, 90s starting on Friday, and within a stone's throw of 100 for Sunday. In Ellensburg, a round of strong gusts this evening, another for Friday. Then we'll watch for similar possibilities on Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, highs trending warmer throughout the week with lots of sun, maybe hitting triple digits on Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, upper 70s today, and that might be the last time we see that for a while as highs surge into the 90s this weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an electric day of testimony in the Karen Read murder trial.
Did you understand my question?
Yes, I did. You threatened to charge me with perjury during our phone call prior to the first trial if I didn't lie on the stand right now. I'm telling you, I did not see anything factually. Yes.
Reed's defense attorney Alan Jackson sparring with a witness the defense itself called to the stand, former Canton police officer Kelly Dever.
Do you want to be here today now?
I am put on the stand in a murder trial. I don't know why I'm here. I have no connection to this case.
Reed is accused of reversing her Lexus SUV into her Boston police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe during a howling blizzard in January of 2022. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the Karen Read trial with legal expert Dan Abrams weighing in live with your GMA First Look. I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Time is now 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint, and we're starting off with your national headlines. The National Weather Service lost more than 500 employees earlier this year to layoffs and early retirement packages. But now sources say the agency has permission to hire about 125 new meteorologists and specialists for its forecast offices around the country. This temporary lift of the federal hiring freeze comes as hurricane season has just begun. In your business headlines, Dior has named its new creative director, and he's already making history. His name is Jonathan Anderson, and the 40-year-old will now oversee couture lines as well as women's wear and menswear, becoming the first designer to do so since Christian Dior himself. Now to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, Wenatchee police are still searching for 3 young girls who were last seen Friday evening. Officials say they left home with their father, Travis Decker, for a scheduled visit, but he hasn't returned or responded to family. Police say Decker is homeless and may be living out of a truck or staying in campgrounds. Anybody with any information is urged to call 911.
This has been a witch hunt from the very beginning, and it's been orchestrated by that woman over there, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. We do have a motion on the floor.
And now you heard it just there in Sunnyside. Tensions ran high last night as City Council voted to place City Manager Mike Gonzalez on paid administrative leave. Gonzalez called the move a, quote, witch hunt and accused a councilwoman of political motivation. An interim manager is expected to be named later this week. And transportation projects across the Tri-Cities region just got a major boost. Benton Franklin has been awarded over $20 million, which will fund roundabouts, road repairs, and safety improvements all throughout the area. And a body found near the Columbia River in Benton County on May 24th is still not identified. The man was wearing work clothes and had multiple tattoos, but no ID. An autopsy listed the cause of death as undetermined, and further test results are still pending. But anybody with information is to contact the Benton County Sheriff's Office. And if you're a salmon angler, listen to this. Spring Chinook fishing on the Snake River starts today. The stretch below Little Goose Dam will be open through Friday, and Ice Harbor is open Wednesday and Thursday. Anglers can keep up to 4 hatchery fish, but only 1 can be an adult. Also, barbless hooks are required, and once you catch your 1 adult, you are done for the day. And now trending this morning, a Colorado zoo is about to get a whole lot smellier.
The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo has announced the birth of 14 skunks. Take a look.
So the zoo says Mama Isabel gave birth to a litter of 7 kits back in May, but then 2 weeks later, Padfoot gave birth to another litter of 7 kits.
The zoo says the parents and little ones are all healthy. In fact, Isabel's babies have already started growing teeth and interacting with each other.
Okay, so I mean, they should be fine as long as, you know, no one scares the skunks, because then everybody's got a problem.
And what do you do? What do you do when you get sprayed with the skunk?
You bathe in tomato soup.
Tomato juice.
Juice, yeah.
Yes.
Soup. You know, not the soup, just the juice.
Yeah, I think there are other things that you can also soak in. But tomato juice is like the one that's
always what I heard as a kid. But is that actually true? Like, yeah, tomato juice.
I think so. There was an episode of Zoe 101 about it.
Yes, there was always
Chase
some sort of.
I think Logan got sprayed by a skunk, and he thought he had to drink a bunch of tomato juice.
Yep,
they were like, no, you have to bathe in it. Classic.
Yeah, that was a good one. But hopefully some good news with our weather. Hotter temperatures, but not too hot because I don't want it too hot.
Yeah, I mean. If you like
weather.
Yeah, exactly. If you like hot weather, it's good news. But I think all of us should be cheering for like cooler weather and rainfall, because this is the part of the year. This is the pretty critical part of the year where the vegetation starts to get very dry out there. So we're gonna endure that over the next 7 days. First, let's go ahead and take a look at wind gusts for this morning. As I wanted to touch on the Kittitas Valley, it is a little bit breezy out there. We'll continue to see wind gusts ramping up throughout the day, especially from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right now, temperatures very comfortable for lower elevations. We're already up to 60 in the Tri-Cities, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Later today, warmer compared to yesterday, will be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. That means for lower elevations, upper 70s to mid 80s, lots of sunshine, beautiful day. Bottom line for the forecast, strong Kittitas Valley gusts this evening. Once again on Friday, no rain chances on the horizon. That's the part I'm really concerned about. And maybe touching triple digits for the first time this year on Sunday.
First hundreds of the year?
Yeah,
oh,
it's getting hot in here.
So keep on your clothes, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back to local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.